And once again, we meet for the Monday edition of Libhola Eswatini. Hello and welcome. Sasethu sikuvusele la ukhona khona mbukeleka ku veteran nje ukuthi today's edition will be giving special attention to the MTN Premier League match day 18, where we'll look at the top 4 teams so far. How are they performing and the remaining teams within the MTN Premier League? Hello and welcome once again. Your host this evening, Fabrice Msonera, in the absence of your usual host, Patricia Msibi. So I'll be with you for the remaining, period of this edition of this Monday, where I can tell you what, 2 main clubs within the race for the MTN Premier League this season, be Young Buffaloes and Mbabane Highlanders, failed to get 3 points this weekend. We'll look at how other teams managed to perform. But maybe to let you know first, I can let you see how the entire results looked over the weekend. All the teams that played and other teams that featured in the match day 18 of this week. Look at how the likes of Sigizin now back to winning ways, and Sigizin Hotspurs against Tabangolo Kelly's Seabirds, Monini Pirates. We know how they started the new year 2023, in as much as they didn't lose, but they failed to connect and get 3 points. For Green Mamba, they started the weekend on Friday when they played Tambuti. That victory now has pushed them to extend the lead, where they have got now 43 points so far in 18 games played. 7 Dreams against Young Buffaloes. Young Buffaloes, failing to keep pressure alongside the log leaders in that specific area. And also, at some point, also look at the other games where we can maybe just highlight in this specific area between Young Buffaloes and 7 Dreams, where they were awarded a penalty, where at some point you would think maybe Buffaloes had collected maximum points, but 7 Dreams getting that penalty, they were able just to, reduce the performance of Buffaloes on the day, failing to get 3 points and failing to put pressure on log leaders Green Mamba. Otherwise, on Sunday, the huge expectation center stage was at the Manzini, Mavusa Sports Center, when the 2 giants within the Manzini city faced off in a Manzini derby. But that victory, maybe for some of the Wanderers supporters, it will seem like a reflection to what we saw happening in England yesterday. So getting a defeat of 5 goals against their neighbours, Denver Sundowns. What a victory, of course, for head coach Ikabot, knowing that he's been doing quite beautiful stuff. Now, another team that is quite in form, it is Mbabane Swallows. We know that they are so far one of the teams that is also in the title race. They are currently seated number 3. And of course, just to clear is that Buffaloes, in as much as they managed not to get 3 points over the weekend, but they are still number 2. Courtesy of virtue of the head-to-head between the 2 teams. The head-to-head was a 1-1 all draw between Buffaloes and Mbabane Swallows. But we have to look at the fact that when they met that day, Buffaloes was away. So they have that advantage of sitting number 2. Otherwise, they have got equal points, 37. So Swallows was in action against Madlenya over the weekend. And of course, the likes of Inform, Felix Badenhorst were on the score sheet. Just to give you an overview of what unfolded at the Prince of Wales over the weekend between the 2 giants, between Mbabane Swallows and Madlenya at the Prince of Wales in Mbabane. Take a look at this.
Huh? I think we played well, although we were comfortable going into the half-time. When we came back, we took the foot a bit from the pedal, but our energies too, I think, dropped a bit early in the second half, and that is why the changes we made, they were trying to influence our energies to pick it up, and we did. I think from there we played much better. Though we had more chances second half, we did not take them. We're not clinical on finishing. It almost let us down. But having said that, I think we played well. We are trying to put one game at a time, and we work very hard with the coaches, especially on the grey areas that we pick each and every game, and we try and work on them to improve the collective effort of our team. Yes, it's true. The encounters we are approaching, we will take one game at a time though, and we're preparing very well. We're building up towards those matches. We're quite aware of them. I think the boys are doing fine so far.
Igame ibe right, ngicabanga ukuthi sidlale kahle kakhulu. Kudlala against Mbabane Swallows kuyasikhulisa thina because sibancane, kuningi lesikufunza kokile. Rather than bona vele they just came here for a week. So it's a competing team actually. Thina as compete sifuna kusubstain relegation. So lebe kufanele sikwende bekufanele sifunze khona sitokhona kulungiselela kulamanye ama-games lesiwadlalayo ukuthi sitawadlala kanjani nekubuka le standard. Ngicabanga ukuthi the next game lesitayidlala kahle kakhulu because sekuningi lesikufunzile kubo. Yes, I'm trying but they are young. That boy lebenginaye besamatured, so bengathi ukuthi each and every time nangegemini already ngihamba nginalo libhola lengiphethe latawukhona kulibhola, and the combination lebe sesiyakhile with the other guys labakhona ladlala nabo, especially sethu lebe bakhona partnerisha nayo. That's why bemagoli bebawakora sethu nje I think una 6 goals now. Yabona, so naye bekakora nakakorile nalo uyakhona kubona bekuright kakhulu, but ke for now ngicabanga ukuthi sisazama kulungisa labanye kwakhala abanye, sesitawukhona kulungisa lokumcoka nje kithi ukuthi sikhona kubamba i-team ingakhona ku-league ejwayo, but next season hopefully sitabe sinaletinye striker letigudi.
Now, that beautiful victory of Mbabane Swallows against Madlenya over the weekend, 3-1, ensured that indeed the forces of this Kalabunganya, the boys, are indeed in the title race. But they are not the only team to enjoy the weekend, because in the Manzini derby, we talk about the biggest game between the two clubs. Manzini Wanderers visiting Denver Sundowns at the Mavuso Sports Center at the early kickoff on Sunday. But for a coach for Denver Sound's magnitude, you cannot ask him coming to this game if he knew that he was going to get 3 points in this way. 5-0 was the actual score, leaving Wanderers in doubt now to see if they are going to see next season in the Premier League, where reports have been coming suggesting that they're actually in hot water. They could be relegated at any point, requiring some fans to be able to maintain their situation. Just also not to get much of your time, let's give you a chance to look at what unfolded between the two Manzini Giants, Denver Sundowns versus Manzini Wanderers at the Mavuso Sports Center yesterday.
Danke, Mann.
Nice pain, summer, nice pain. They've been struggling to score goals. I don't know whether to celebrate or what, but credit to the guys, they played very well today. I think they stick to the game plan very well, executed it very well. Everybody was pulling his weight. We played well today. But going to the drawing board, we need to work on our finishing. We could have scored more goals today. We'll need the goal difference. Thank you. I wouldn't say it was easy. It was not an easy game. It's just that today we were at our best. They were not easy. We were just at our best today. The guys executed the game plan very well. Everybody was working very hard. We could see even without the ball, we balanced our play with the ball, without the ball. We managed to make it 50-50. So really it was not an easy game. It's very, very important because you notice that the first 2 goals they were concentrating on him. Someone else came in and scored. So his presence is actually helping us now to create the more spaces. As we find that most teams they assign two guys to pick him. So in that way, other guys coming on the side they are able to find spaces. And fortunately today we work to capitalize on those chances. It means a lot because if you are looking at the games that we are going to play next, they are very hard, with all due respect to the other teams. But the next 4-5 games are very, very hard for us. So we needed this win so that we go with a little bit of some confidence. We have a very, very tough game next week. I can even say it's a Champions League final, a very tough game. But we needed this win so that we get motivated. I'm hoping that these boys will keep on pushing as they were pushing in this past week.
No, I think today we didn't come to the party. Mostly we changed a lot of players through injuries. The cinema injuries, you could see we had 5 changes in the first 11 because of my injuries. Bonga, they're injured. They're injured, Mpalaza, Twin, a lot of injuries. No, we wanted to make some changes. Ansifere, they've been playing now up front and we're not getting goals. Now we saw, as a former striker now, it's not good. He was playing as a striker before. So we thought now Jimini was doing everything, he was scoring goals. That's maybe if we can change, maybe let's not sure. But we were just unfortunate, it wasn't our day. And the big with the injuries, the best now. It's very damaging, very damaging. I cannot say anything with this defeating. I can't in my whole life with but there's nothing we can do. If it wasn't your day, it wasn't your day. But injuries because the first 11, if we can change 5 or 6 players at the same time, the combination you cannot combine. 8 games to go. We will keep pushing. Standards and to they are losing. We will get maybe a win. It's not good thing. I'm not saying good thing, but there are still a lot of games to go. 8 games, anything can happen.
All right, that beautiful victory of Denver Sundown has given them hope that they could at least try to finish within the top 4 of this current season. Next in line at the same venue was one of also the biggest game in the land that featured the defending champions Royal Leopard versus last year's runners-up Mbawane Highlanders. These two sides last season, they were in fight for the title, and we knew how it unfolded until the last minute. For Edwin Matsebura, it was all about showing everyone that in as much as this year they are quite behind, but they have what it takes to be a side. Whenever you meet them, you have to fear their performance. 2-1 in favor of Royal Leopards was the actual result when the two sides met yesterday at the Mavso Sports Center. So I'll give you a chance to look at what unfolded. But when I come back, this is a chance to tell you that it's been a beautiful evening. It's a beautiful weekend, match day 18. We've seen goals, we've seen excitements, we've seen shocks. Until we meet again for match day 19. Good night.
take on the game?
Yeah, we didn't have a good first half. First half, I think we're only happy to play when we had the ball. And when we had the ball, we looked very, very good. But we were not prepared to work without the ball, and we suffered from that because they got 2 goals from the spaces were too big because we were not prepared to work with the ball. We went to half time, 2-0 down, which was difficult. But you see the second half performance is because we have a team that has a big character, that is prepared to work without the ball and prepared to work for each other. I don't think Leopards had a shot on goal second half. I don't think Leopards had a corner kick in the second half. We were all the time on their side, and unfortunately at the end it's 2-1. They take the 3 points, and congratulations to them.
What was the big difference, though?
The big difference is the 2 halves. It's the 2 halves, the attitude of the 2 halves. It's not the playing personnel, it's not the tactics. It's only the attitude of the 2 halves. Because if you're not prepared to work as a team, you will suffer because they are not a small team. They're a big team. They play well. They have players that circulate the ball very well. But that's all they do. But you need players to go behind the ball because if you don't go behind the ball, then they'll hit you. But second half, we did that, exactly that. And I think man of the match is number 12, black and white, guaranteed. I think it's as a team like this, we are thin at the back at the moment. And to lose Peter is one of the best players. He's a national team player. I think he's one of the best defenders in the league. And to lose him so early like that was difficult for us as a team. But look, we have players that come to the party. You see, we took Tom, who is always a holding midfielder. We took him to the back. He played as a centre back and he did very, very well. But we don't want to make a sub from the back. We don't want to make a sub, especially if you are losing. You are already 1-0 down. So that's that's how it affected us. But I think in terms of playing personnel, we put Tomo there. He did a good job for us. It doesn't change anything. It makes things a bit difficult for us now. These teams are going to drop points now. I'm telling you now. They still have to play each other. We are playing the big guns. We are collecting points. Okay, today we did not. But they still have to play each other. So we just need to win our games. We regroup from this one. We go back to the basics and we win our games going forward. And these people are going to lose are going to drop points because they have to play each other. And then as long as we are somewhere close by 4 and 5, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Basically, we game of 2 halves. Dominate first half sakora amagoli amabili. Then second half iHighland yabuya sayisiplanele ngicabanga ukuthi better than the first half because babeyena 2 strikers. So that is where lapha astruggle khona lo Ayanda. Then I have to swap them naMathe because Mathe is more good aerially because iHighland besefuna ukudlala lama aerial balls. Okay, kwasebenzela kufika kwaMathe sayfollow ukuthi nje still nas defender we as defend kahle and giving Highlanders besifuna kuphindze siyichomise because the goal they scored nje it was a mistake from Stina but nje into letendeka game otherwise yona in all it was a game of 2 halves.
Now you're starting to compete with the teams labalanga enhla kwakho le nabo babukele le information. Does it change your attitude towards the attack?
No, we are fighting for a better position. Like ngasho last week, mathematically we are out from the championship. But nje lokukhona labalanga etulo kwethu they have to fight because bathole 3 points kithi. Hayi bamthole lo. Like maybe first round because the first round sayicala kabi phela sicala kabi.